Once upon a time, in a land where the men tattoo love and hate both on one hand, there lived a family. The average fabric of a woman and man, girl and a boy, a few toys and a cat. Her name was Whiskers. Some days they all sat happy together. Other days, plates smashed on the wall after they got flung like a discus. After a fight, the dad would play Black Sabbath into the night. The mom would blast Eurythmics in the kitchen. The kids would sit listening to both. The girl drawing the sky. The boy writing his Christmas gift wish list in the form of a rhyme. It would go, "Dear Santa, a calculator watch is what I want, and if you don't give me that, then you're a really bad Santa." The girl was an avid dirty dancer, watching Patrick Swayze 7 times a day till the VHS tape wore away. But the boy wasn't into that. His older cousin's already into rap. They gave him a tape of NWA and said, "Listen, tell us what you think of that." So he went to his room and put it on, and turned it off again. "Are you mad? If Mom hears that, I'm going to catch a slap, and I don't even want to think about Dad." So he put it in an old sock, in a shoebox, on top of his wardrobe, underneath a blanket, and just told himself to forget it. He spent his afternoons wrestling his little sister. He was 3 years older, so it was easy to lift her onto his shoulder for an inverted tombstone. She pretty much did what he told her, and liked it when he rolled her up in a duvet like a sausage, in My Little Pony pastry. They've been fighting a lot lately, she said one afternoon, as he had him in the early stages of the perfect Boston Crab. The boy knew straight away this was one of those serious moments in the middle of a game that they every so often had. He told her not to worry, then finished her off with a suplex. "Who's the greatest? You are. Say it louder. You are." That's correct. Later that day, the girl sat playing the Mom at Connect 4 on the kitchen floor. Something felt wrong. She'd been keeping score, but Mom hadn't won one. Now, the girl didn't miss a lot, but she failed to spot the fact that Dad's coat was missing from the hook on the back of the door. "Where's Stephen?" "He's over there." "Doing his homework?" "No. He's watching that documentary about the frozen home of the polar bear." "Again?" "Well, tell him his dinner's ready. I made his favourite. Turkey drummers and alphabet spaghetti, but not in front of the telly. Tell him to come to the table. I need to speak to you both. It's important." Later that night, the boy sat alone in his bed. 101 Carl Lewis-shaped thoughts were running through his head. Mom had said it wasn't their fault. It's just that Dad was confused. His sister had asked who they'd live with and whether they'd have to choose. And as the two of them sat downstairs now on the sofa in a state, the boy's eyes were drawn up to the top of his wardrobe. His face changed, and a cartoon light bulb appeared. And for those of you who don't know, this represents an idea. The living room was cold, and the curtains were closed, and the sofa looked like a battered old boat in the middle of the ocean with both of them sitting in it. He told them to stand up, and handed them sunglasses he got free with a Happy Meal, his eyes sparkling like Catherine wheels. They didn't ask why, as he moved past them to the old Hitachi stereo, but as he looked back, his mum and sister kind of looked like the Blues Brothers. He pressed rewind on the tape, put his own glasses on his face, pressed play, stood back, and waited. As the music started, his mum and sister looked startled, so he quickly explained the role play and told them, "You just got to trust me. Mom, you're Dr. Dre. Sis, you're Eazy-E. Whiskers the cat will be MC Ren, and me, I'm Ice Cube." For the rest of the night, they passed a wooden spoon like a mic, rhyming along to all the songs, all swearing as loud as they liked. "Yo, when I'm in your neighbourhood, you better duck, 'cause Ice Cube is as crazy as fuck. And as I leave, believe I'm stomping, but when I'm coming back, boy, I'm coming straight out of Compton." That's it, Mom. Compton. That's the tale of how NWA took a day that was going to be grey, and just for a while at least made it okay. And since that day, whatever mess I'm getting in, to feel better, I just press play, 'cause music is my medicine.